I'm convinced.
career, given his age and inactivity.
Yeah.
The question is, can Keith still compete at that level? When you think about the way Thurman might win the fight, I think he needs to land something fight-altering at some point.
That's right.
Like a big shot. Because what you said earlier, Mike, is true. Fundora has such a high work rate, plus he enjoys the height and the reach. It's difficult if the fight just kind of goes along. At some point, Keith is going to have to do something big in that fight. Seems to me.
With a different kind of confidence now. It's like his swag is different. When he's walking you down, it's like he's so confident in what he's doing. He's like dominating the opponent. It's a different swag he got when he's walking you down. And he's actually not getting hit flush because he's sliding with the punches. And even the shots that are landing, he's brushing them off. So he's gaining that confidence where he's willing to just go walk right down, walk you down, and let his shots go. So it's a different swag.
Max Kellerman describes the matchup between Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora as a fascinating battle of styles. Thurman brings experience and knockout power, while Fundora's height and relentless pressure create a challenging tactical scenario. According to Kellerman, the outcome will hinge on controlling the fight, timing, and who dictates the early pace. The fighter who asserts dominance in the opening rounds is likely to hold the advantage.
Belt holder Keith, one-time Thurman, returns to action for only the second time in the last 4 years. He's challenging Sebastian Fundora for Fundora's junior middleweight strap. Fundora is the ring's second-ranked 154.
Kellerman predicts an exciting and closely contested fight. Thurman offers experience, sharp ring IQ, and punching power, whereas Fundora challenges him with relentless pressure and a high-output style. Kellerman gives a slight advantage to Fundora going into the bout.
Action fight, Max? You're talking about a guy in Fundora who's only in action fights, and Thurman, I think people forget, right? Because it's been a while since he's really been at the top. He's been inactive, but he's been in a ton of action fights too, whether it was Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. And I think this is going to be a more competitive fight than a lot of people think.
Yeah, I mean, Keith Thurman's only ever been at the worst competitive with somebody.
Come on
right?
now.
It should be a good action fight, but does Keith have a chance to win?
It's a toss-up. I think he has the experience, he has the IQ, and he definitely has the punching power, you know, to keep Fundora honest. And I think with Fundora's volume of punches, he's going to leave holes in there for Keith to be able to throw those big shots in between. So, you know, I lean a little bit towards Fundora, but
Roy Jones Jr. insists that Thurman will likely need a knockout to secure victory. He notes that a decision win would be difficult, as Fundora's size and distinctive style could sway the judges. Therefore, Thurman's most viable path to winning is by stopping his opponent.
Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman, main event this Saturday. Good fight coming up. What's your first thoughts?
I think it's a great fight. Great fight for both fighters. You got a young guy who's trying to establish himself in the game. You got an older guy who's trying to come back and show that he's not done yet. So it's a perfect fight, perfect storm meeting at the perfect time. What happens, we don't know. That's what we're going to see. That's what we're here to see. Keith Thurman, to me, if he wins the fight, it has to be by knockout. Fundora can win it by boxing, outpointing, or he can win it by knockout. But Keith Thurman, to me...
Jones points out that Fundora's impressive height and reach provide a significant edge in the junior middleweight division. He uses his jab to control distance, forces opponents to punch from awkward angles, and can sustain pressure even from afar. His height could ultimately be the decisive factor in
height advantage. Keith never faced a guy that tall, man. Fundora's 6'5".
No one's faced a guy that tall in that division.
It's difficult because now you're not throwing straight shots. You got to throw up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all your shots, the angles of your shots it's not natural to be punching high.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that could affect Thurman's, even his punching power.
Would this be the best win for either guy in their career?
For Thurman, I'd say no, because Thurman already beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, which I think were really quality wins. Although he wasn't an underdog in those fights, so you might say yes, I guess.
But I would say Fundora is right there with those guys.
I think at this point in his career and at the age, for him to be such a young lion.
Yeah.
Thurman admits that Fundora's size and height present a significant challenge, possibly the largest and tallest opponent he has faced. Still, he remains confident, noting that his preparation has been thorough. He is trained with sparring partners who mimic Fundora's reach and style to ensure he is fully ready for the fight.
Return to the scene of the crime.
my friend Professor Mike.
Yeah.
How did that level up your game? I mean, he helped Bala to win that fight against Fundora. Do you feel like that is going to be your secret weapon?
You know, it's having the proper sparring and preparation. It's amazing. You know, I'm very grateful for what he brought to the table. I worked with him last year, and I'm just so grateful that we were able to bring him back in. And it's just great. You know, I think he moves a little bit more than Sebastian Fundora. I think stylistically, my sparring partners were a little bit different. So they gave me that look that I'm not going to be in foreign territory, man. This reach is an obstacle, but I was fighting Mike from the outside. I had to do lots of tricky stuff, and he saw me try to do the same tricks over and over and over again, to where, you know, at sometimes he could kind of get used to the plays that I was trying to make, because I kept making the same plays, right? It's like a football game, and they just keep running the same plays, right? But Sebastian Fundora, he hasn't seen this play. It's going to be a brand new play that I've been meditating on, preparating on, and you know, using Mike for it. So you know, we get this victory, man. He's gonna be
Kellerman observes that Fundora has made notable improvements since his fight with Tim Tszyu, using his jab and managing distance more effectively. Meanwhile, Thurman remains a dangerous puncher who can take full advantage of any openings that come his way.
What's super interesting to me is I look at the Tszyu fight and talk about a fork in the road for both guys. The first fight, Tszyu was putting it on him.
Yes, he was.
He was on his way. It looked like, you can't tell for sure because Fundora's got a lot of heart, to a sensational win, right? He was too much.
Yeah.
Then the cut happens.
Come on now.
He winds up losing, and then and he's not been the same since. But that's not just that it hurt Tszyu. It seemed to help Fundora.
Confidence.
Since then, Fundora
Confidence.
has been a better fighter.
That was the best fights for Fundora, because he grew and he learned how to use his distance. Because in the rematch, he didn't play the inside fight with Tszyu. He kept his distance. And
John Porter sees Thurman as a slight favorite in this matchup. He describes Thurman as a special fighter with elite experience and sharp ring IQ. Porter adds that if Fundora cannot consistently land, Thurman's movement and timing could dominate the fight, giving him an edge in this high-stakes contest.
Yeah, you know, there was a point, I think about a year ago, I knew that he could beat Fundora. And after seeing Fundora over this last year and a half, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know if anybody can beat Fundora at 54. You know, I do know that Keith is special, and he's got this special combination. It's really hard to contend with. I'm going to pick Keith to win this one.
If he wins, is he a Hall of Famer?
Keith? I don't know. I think there's been a lot of holes in his career. I hate talking Hall of Fame. I get a lot of people saying that I'm a Hall of Famer. I've been now in 2 Hall of Fames. I'm grateful, but...
Thurman points out that Thurman's prime years was somewhat overshadowed by elite welterweights such as Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Still, he stresses that outside of these two, Thurman was clearly above the rest of the division.
Was overshadowed at welterweight by 2 fighters who were a little bit, well, there's Terrence Crawford in a league of his own.
Right.
And then Spence was a little more dominant than Thurman.
That's true.
But other than Crawford and Spence, I think Thurman was the best of the rest.
Fundora has stated that he is completely confident and prepared for his matchup with Thurman. He intends to deliver his best performance and expects Thurman to do the same. Still, he believes his skill set and champion mindset give him the advantage, and he is focused on defending his title successfully.
No feelings toward anybody. It's just, we're going to go in there and punch each other in the face. What more can I say? You know, the people that piss you off, or you really can't do that in the streets. Have someone talking to me, talking bad to me, and I am allowed to hit them for 12 rounds, 36 minutes. Everything I have, all the bad feelings or whatever the case is, they do right there and then.
That's interesting when the other left fight called you a bad motherfucker. Do you feel like with Thurman talking all that smack, well, not smack about you, but just, you know, by him winning, do you feel like he's going to have that same loud mouth and maybe call you out, saying you're actually a better fighter than you win on Saturday?
Absolutely. I sense respect from him. I don't know. He talks a lot, but I still sense the respect. I can see it. I can feel it. But, you know, that's all for Saturday to, you know, after the fight.
You talk about, you know, PBC taking care of you and you being in a great position here, but so is he. Do you feel like you're a little bit breaking PBC's heart also, regardless of him liking you so much, because you are kind of, you know, like, he said maybe retiring one of their first chances.
No, it's just boxing. You know, boxing happens. The old goes out and the new comes in. And I think we're the new fighter. You know, you hear boxing, you hear Fundora, and so you know, me and my sister.
Fundora is widely recognized for his exceptional mental and physical toughness. He thrives under pressure and remains composed even in the most intense situations inside the ring. His resilience goes beyond simply taking punches. It encompasses maintaining sharp focus, following his strategic game plan, and making smart, timely adjustments during the fight. Even when faced with difficult or unexpected moments, Fundora stays calm and uses these challenges as opportunities to turn the tide in his favor, demonstrating both discipline and adaptability that set him apart as a top-level competitor.
Don't mind that damn heat. He actually embraces it. Fundora's the type of fighter that come in with his mind already made up. I ain't going nowhere. I'm about to take your best, but can you take mine? He a soldier. He a soldier. Yeah. It's been a minute since he been knocked on his ass. I'm not gonna lie. Fundora's kind of coming to his own now. Walking around like a man now. Took off them damn Coke bottle glasses. Oh, yeah, he leveled up, got some contacts now. Oh, you don't think I see that shit? I'll watch it now.
Tim Bradley emphasizes that Thurman is more than just a hard-hitting fighter. He is a highly intelligent and tactical boxer. He praises Thurman's ability to anticipate his opponent's moves, time his punches perfectly, and land counters with precision. As a skilled counterpuncher, Thurman effectively uses his footwork and movement to create openings. In his upcoming fight against Fundora, Thurman's student of the game approach, carefully studying and adapting to his opponent, could prove to be his most powerful asset in navigating Fundora's size and unconventional style.
Keith, I ain't gonna lie. You got a high boxing IQ, bro. Oh, you got a high boxing IQ. So you gonna definitely make it real interesting. Oh, yeah, early on, ooh, you gonna make it interesting. Yeah, it might be even some scares. Ooh, Keith caught him with a nasty ass right hand. Damn. Sebastian Fundora ate that shit like Gumby. Oh, he back. Kung Fu Panda style. Boom. Right back. Like nothing. Yeah, Sebastian Fundora, man. Oh, he got a beard on him. God damn, he got a beard on him. Speaking of that, I mean, the last time Keith was in the ring, he got a knockout about a year ago. But what was the last knockout before that? I mean, Keith, you look at his career, in the last 12 years, he 8-1 with 2 KO.
Jones views this bout as an ideal clash of youth versus experience. While Fundora's height and relentless pressure make him a formidable opponent, they also create openings on the inside. Thurman will need to carefully close the distance, land significant shots, and possibly secure a knockout to win. His paths to victory are limited, whereas Fundora enjoys more flexibility. He can control range, maintain a high punch volume, or gradually wear Thurman down. In the end, the fight is likely to be decided by timing, positioning, and which fighter can assert their preferred style first.
For Keith Thurman in a fight versus a young Sebastian Fundora who overwhelms opponents at times.
He's so tall and so hard to get to because of his height. But the good thing for Keith is that Sebastian does not mind fighting inside. So he'll give you chances. You got to take advantage of him before he gets you.
Is there something that you have to do to kind of lure a fighter like Sebastian Fundora, who does have the habit of fighting inside from time to time? Are there things or shots that you can do or throw to entice him to get inside and really start to mix it up?
All you gotta do is hit him hard, he'll fight. He likes being inside. He don't mind. Hit him hard, he'll fight you wherever you want to fight it. That's who he is.
And Keith Thurman has said that he's kind of looking for that a little bit. That he wants to throw punches and maybe try to open Sebastian up. Yesterday, he told us all that Sebastian has the memory of being knocked out in his head. Roy talked to us about that, and does that truly ever go away?
It will never go away. It's there before it ever happened, but once it happens, it definitely don't go away. Yet, if you're a real fighter, you don't care about it because you know that that's what you do. So I don't think that's going to bother Sebastian. Like, went ahead and went by and came right on back because he don't care about it. He ain't going to spend time or waste time thinking about it because it can happen.
Jones characterizes the matchup as a classic battle between an experienced veteran and a determined young contender. He notes that younger fighters are always rising, and the real challenge lies in staying at the top. Although Thurman is not defending a title, he aims to prove he still belongs among the elite, essentially reclaiming his king of the hill status. Jones emphasizes that Thurman must overcome every obstacle in his path, including the relentless Fundora. When a powerful, unyielding force meets an opponent who refuses to back down, it results in an exciting and unpredictable fight that fans are sure to enjoy.
Keith Thurman, where he is, you've been there. Young guys trying to knock you down after you've already been somebody that's established. Maybe not as established as you were in the game, but at this point in his career, Keith Thurman, somebody like you have a lyric that say, y'all coming up in the game, but the champ won't come down.
That's it.
Talk to us about the mentality of the champ that won't come down.
Well, with this champ that won't come down, it's like, you know they coming at you, but when you there to stay. You know what I mean? Thurman has been there and out, there and out, there and out. So Thurman more like wants to prove one more time that he can get there. You understand me? He ain't there, but he want to get back there. So it's a little bit different with my mindset, but he does want to get back there. And getting back there means that you got to destroy anything that comes up under you. So you got to go back and play King of the Hill again.
And as the King of the Hill, you got young guys that are destined to be kings of their own hill. Immovable object versus somebody that won't go away.
Right.
What happens when those two wheels collide? It's not just the men, it's the wheels.
That makes for a great fight.
Malik Scott considers this matchup particularly fascinating, as Fundora's unusual size and reach pose challenges for any opponent. He points out that while Fundora is strong, his defense isn't flawless, leaving him vulnerable to heavy shots, especially Thurman's powerful overhand punches. This contrast creates a compelling dynamic, making the fight even more intriguing. Scott admits he might slightly favor Fundora due to his youth and physical tools, but he also expects Thurman to perform beyond expectations, potentially giving Fundora the toughest fight of his career.
Will he defeat the towering Inferno?
We're going to see. Fundora is a man. I don't want to say he's a specimen because he's built very lean and skinny, but in his own right, he's a specimen. He's a lot to deal with concerning height, but he's a lot to deal with because also he's a bit vulnerable defensively. He gets hit, and I know to me, Keith's best punch is his shots that come over, and Fundora has get hit with shots like that. That's really probably the only shot he really get hit with. So it's just it's a great fight. I'm happy that Keith got the fight. If I was a betting man, I would have to go with Fundora, but you know what I mean? I just would have to, even though we seen what Keith did to the kid, Brock in Australia, dealing with Fundora, his height, his power at the end, we're just going to see how Keith deal with it. But I definitely think Keith is going to do a lot better than most people think he's going to do. He's going to give Fundora probably the toughest fight, if not.
Fundora responded confidently to Thurman's reference to Brian Mendoza's knockout as inspiration. He insists that Thurman has not yet faced a challenge like the one he presents and expects Thurman to bring his best. But he is fully prepared, viewing the fight as another test against an accomplished former title holder. Fundora believes his skills and preparation give him the advantage. He disregards outside opinions, focusing entirely on defending his title once the bell rings.
What did you make of Keith Thurman using the Brian Mendoza fight, saying he has the cheat code to knock you out? What did you make of what he said up there about that?
I think there's no cheat code to this sport. You know, there's no cheat code. It's just you get hit, you stand there, you get hit, you can get knocked out. But that fight, you know, we all see it. It's like I got tired. I made a mistake.
As fight night draws near, excitement is growing for what could become a defining showdown in the super welterweight division. Fundora has expressed strong confidence in his preparation, fully embracing his role as the champion, and insists he is ready for whatever Thurman brings to the ring. He sees this bout as another chance to demonstrate that he belongs at the very top of the sport.
Man, they can expect great boxing, man. Not Jake Paul fighting, baby. This is real boxing, championship boxing, the best versus the best, man. I mean, you got David versus Goliath, man. You got Mighty Mouse versus a walking Mount Everest of a man, Sebastian Fundora, baby. I mean, this is going to be great boxing. There's going to be some great fights underneath, but this main event is something.
What's your take on this fight? Do you think Sebastian Fundora will control the action? Or could Keith Thurman pull off a stunning upset? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.